Beautiful, aren't they? And they're only a few of the thousands that reach our homes every week from the Lee Valley, a sea of glass 10 miles long and 8 miles wide, which provides a livelihood for over 500 growers and 6,000 regular workers, plus part-time laborers during the summer months. 1,000 acres of shining rooftops, a third of all England's glass houses, are here. With an ample water supply and within easy reach of Covent Garden Market, it's not hard to understand how the industry grew from its small beginnings 60 years ago to the position it holds in the markets of today. The heavy clay soil is particularly suited to rose growing. The buds can be picked and kept safely in a cold store while waiting their turn to be packed for market. But the principal crop, occupying 2/3 of the whole area, is the tomato, the love apple of bygone days when it was grown as an ornamental plant. Tomatoes were introduced by the Spaniards from Peru in the 16th century, and now more than 150 varieties are in cultivation. Picking begins in early May and goes on throughout the season up to October or November. They are carefully graded for size and quality. Cucumbers also have a long history, 3,000 years or more in India, where a possible ancestral species grows wild in the Himalayas. A hot, steamy atmosphere suits them well, and their cultivation accounts for 1/5 of all the glass. Modern home design and decor have revived interest in indoor foliage plants, and nowhere else in Great Britain will you see them grown on a scale to compare with this. Many new and rare exotics are on trial here as possible house plants. A tough constitution is called for to cope with the poor light, the dry air, and the drafts of the average home windowsill. Chrysanthemum cuttings are often brought into the houses after the tomato crop has been cleared. We can show you only a tiny part of the work that goes on in the Lee Valley, but one of the most attractive flowers is surely the perpetual carnation. Its life history, from the striking of cuttings up to the final marketing, is a good example of the cumulative skill and attention that goes into any commercial crop production. Here, in readiness for a new crop, the old plants are cleared away, the houses are cleaned, and the soil and the cane sterilized. Cuttings are first planted for rooting. Millions of gallons of water are needed every year by thirsty crops, and these newly rooted cuttings must have their share. The rooted cuttings may be potted up or planted out in beds. Once established, they are stopped by breaking off the tops to encourage branching. The long, wiry stems soon need support, so nimble fingers run cross strings between them. This is repeated at intervals throughout the 2 years of their growth, until they reach their ultimate height of 7 to 8 feet. Once in flower, they continue to bloom throughout the year, though more freely at certain times than at others. On arrival at the packing shed, the cut flowers are graded for quality by expert eye. Two to 4 dozen go to fill a box according to size. At the turn of the century, it took 4 hours to take the produce of 15 miles to Covent Garden Market, and another 4 hours coming back. An all-night journey. It's a good thing the old horse knew his own way home, for you could hardly blame the driver if he dozed off on occasion. Today, things move more quickly, and much of the produce is sent direct to Birmingham, to Manchester, Leeds, Newcastle, and to provincial markets as far afield as Glasgow. But of course, London is still the principal magnet, with all the hustle and bustle of a big market. The vans are loaded and on their way before you and I have finished breakfast. Flowers mark many an important occasion in our everyday life. The skill and experience of the growers in the Lee Valley is known throughout Europe, as is the quality of the fine crops they raise in their sea of glass.